35 miles per gallon. Let that sink in for a second. 35 miles per gallon. Now, I know what's going through your head. You're picturing some lawnmower-sized city commuter, right? A tiny tin can with an engine that screams in agony every time it sees a hill. A car so cramped you have to apologize to your passenger every time you take a breath. Yeah, go ahead and delete that image from your brain right now. I am talking about a literal fortress on wheels. 3 rows of seats, a massive 5,000-pound curb weight. This is the 2027 Kia Telluride. If you're tired of the sugar-coated PR garbage and want the cold, hard automotive truth, do yourself a favor and smash that subscribe button. You're watching Car Cry. The second generation is officially here, and it didn't just evolve, it sent a cold, heartless breakup text to the traditional V6 engine we all knew. It's bigger, it's significantly more expensive, but somehow, through some form of high-tech sorcery, it just solved the one problem that keeps every suburban parent awake at night: the soul-crushing gas bill. The family SUV playbook has been set on fire and rewritten from scratch. Strap in. The V6 eulogy and the turbo hybrid reality. Let's start with the funeral. The old 3.8-liter V6, it's dead. Gone. Dust. Go ahead and bury it in the backyard. I see the purists losing their minds on Reddit, and look, I get it. That V6 growl was addictive. It felt like America. But the brutal reality is this. That V6 drank gasoline like a freshman frat boy trying to prove his worth at a spring break keg party. It was fast, it was expensive, and the next morning it left you with a chronic financial hangover and an empty wallet. Kia swapped that thirsty beast for a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, 274 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque. Sure, the horsepower dropped a tiny bit compared to the old 291, but the torque, the pulling power, that went up. It feels much punchier when you're trying to beat a yellow light or merge onto the 405. But listen to me, don't you dare swipe your American Express for the base model yet. Keep your eyes on the prize. Look at the hybrid. Kia took that 2.5 turbo and bolted it to a high-output electric motor. The result? A combined 329 horsepower and 339 pound-feet of pure motivation. When you bury your right foot into the carpet, the car doesn't just move, it lunges. There's no ear-piercing mechanical scream. There is only the eerie, almost ridiculous silence of an electric motor hauling a massive block of Korean steel toward the horizon. And the best part? It gives you back 35 mpg combined. Think about how absurd that is for a moment. You are piloting a mobile studio apartment stuffed to the roof with kids, strollers, half-eaten nuggets, and mountains of diapers, and somehow you're burning less fuel than the guy next to you in a Civic. The logic of the universe has been flipped upside down. Your spouse might actually stop checking the credit card alerts every time you hit the gas station. Family peace is expensive, but in this case, it starts with a hybrid system that actually does its job. Even if you go full luxury with the heavy AWD SX Prestige, the absolute worst you'll see is 30 mpg. That is still a massive slap in the face to every old-school gas-guzzling SUV on the market. The law of gravity and the leg day challenge. Taking the 2027 Telluride through the tight, twisting canyon roads outside of Santa Barbara is a bizarre experience. It feels incredibly planted. The steering is surprisingly tight. The chassis control is, frankly, world-class. You can toss this thing into a corner much faster than a 3-row SUV has any right to go, and the body stays flat. The kids in the back won't get carsick and ruin your expensive Napa leather upholstery. The suspension just eats highway potholes for breakfast and asks for seconds. But there is always a but in this industry. You see, you cannot negotiate with Sir Isaac Newton. The law of inertia doesn't care about your fancy Kia badge. Some versions of this new Telluride have officially ballooned past the 5,000-pound mark. That puts it in the same heavyweight division as the body-on-frame monsters like the Ford Expedition. The old model was around 4,500 pounds. It felt agile, almost friendly. This new one, it weighs as much as a fully grown baby elephant. And when you're trying to stop a charging elephant that's slightly out of control, you need superhuman strength. The Telluride's brakes demand every ounce of effort you've got. They aren't what I'd call sensitive. The pedal feels a bit woody, a bit stubborn. It forces you to push deep, push hard. You need to approach every stoplight with the sheer faith and the quad muscle strength of a professional Olympic cyclist. If you're cruising at 80 on the interstate and see brake lights ahead, my advice, lift off the gas immediately and start calculating your trajectory from a half-mile away. Don't go trying to test the fundamental limits of physics. You will lose. The X Pro, off-road glory and software comedy. Kia really wanted to prove that the Telluride isn't just a mall crawler, so they dragged us out to a massive 7,000-acre ranch to play in the dirt. This is where the X Pro trim comes in. 9.1 inches of ground clearance, heavy-duty black plastic cladding to protect the paint, knobby all-terrain tires, and electronic limited-slip differential. It looks the part. And surprisingly, it acts the part too. It crawled over deep, muddy ruts without breaking a sweat. We engaged the hill descent control and let the computer do the work. We even waded through a shallow creek like we were in a Jeep commercial. Dead branches were scraping against the undercarriage, making a racket, but this 3-row family hauler just kept digging and pushing forward through the slick, rocky mud. The traction was flawless. It felt genuinely badass. To help boost your off-road ego, Kia installed a high-resolution camera system. It shows you exactly which sharp rock is about to murder your front tire. It's a brilliant feature, a high-tech sidekick, right up until the screen goes completely black. What happened? Did the computer crash? Nope, the camera is hard-coded to shut off the exact millisecond you cross 6 miles per hour. Yes, 6 mph. That is literally the walking speed of a grandmother doing laps at the local mall. You're hyped up on the trail, you give it just a tiny bit of throttle to maintain your momentum up a hill, boom, your vision is gone. It's like buying a $500 pair of polarized sunglasses, but the manufacturer installed a chip that makes the lenses opaque whenever the sun actually comes out. I'm speechless. Even the Kia engineers on site were whispering to us that they probably should have set the kill switch at 15 miles per hour. It's a tech joke that isn't particularly funny when you're mid-trail. The cabin, where every millimeter is a miracle. If we ignore the camera comedy for a second, let's talk about the real reason people buy this car: the interior. Kia is very proud to tell you that the third row has been stretched by an extra 0.7 inches of legroom. Now, on paper, that sounds pathetic. 0.7 inches? That's literally the length of a knuckle. Why even mention it? Because context matters. If you're a single guy, 0.7 inches means nothing. But if you have a family, if you're back there twisting your spine into a pretzel trying to click in 2 massive ISOFIX car seats while stuffing your in-laws into the far back and praying their knees don't fuse together, every single millimeter is a gift from the heavens. The folding mechanism for the second row is much slicker now too. It tilts further forward so climbing into the back feels less like a session of extreme hot yoga and more like entering a vehicle. Cargo space, 88.3 cubic feet. That's a slight bump over the old 87. It's enough to swallow your spouse's overpacked luggage and a double stroller without breaking a sweat. The dual 12.3-inch curved screens are buttery smooth, the graphics are crisp, and that new 14-speaker Meridian sound system, it will absolutely blow the roof off this thing. Playing Baby Shark through these high-end speakers has never sounded so authoritative or so psychologically damaging to the driver. The final word. Look, this kind of evolution doesn't come cheap. Inflation has officially hit the Kia dealership. The base gas-only model now starts north of $40,700. If you want the top-of-the-line Hybrid X Pro, you're looking at a sticker price of nearly $60,000. That's gonna hurt the bank account. It's a lot of money for a Kia, especially when the competition is this fierce. The Toyota Grand Highlander is breathing down Kia's neck with incredible efficiency, and the Honda Pilot is still the budget-friendly king, even if its old-school V6 drinks gas like a sailor on shore leave. And let's be honest, the Telluride's new front grille is a bit chunky. It looks like a Lego block. It's going to take some time for your eyes to adjust. But at the end of the day, the 2027 Kia Telluride is still a heavyweight champion. It's got massive space. It's got materials that feel like they belong in a German luxury car. And it has a hybrid system that turns a 5,000-pound tank into a fuel-sipping miracle. It is worth the money. It's absolutely worth it. Just remember 2 things before you sign that 72-month financing contract. First, hit the gym and do some heavy squats so your legs are strong enough to stop this 2.5-ton slab of iron. And second, when you take it off-road to show off to your neighbors, for the love of God, drive slower than a walking grandma. Otherwise, you'll never see those expensive cameras in action ever again. Thanks for watching Car Cry. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, would you take this over a Toyota? We'll see you in the next one.